This time we're going to be looking at Monster Hunter Tribe for the Wii, which is published by Capcom. I never really been one for the Monster Hunter franchise, mainly because I never have played them, but this time is something interesting have hit me here. This is actually a pretty good game, but first of all, let's get something out of the way. This game is freaking hideous. Don't get me wrong, some development can look pretty good at times, but the character model, not so much. I've never really been a fan of picking on looks of games, but it can't be helped this time around. But with that out of the way, a Monster Hunter Tribe starts out with you pretty much being an adventurer coming to this little island to pretty much protect them from the monsters and dinosaurs and whatnot who plague the area. So pretty much the game itself is just you pretty much taking quests from NPCs, helping them rebuild the village, and so on. It's just the way everything works. Is a lot of the quests that cannot be accomplished without going through certain rank quests, mainly to help stop you from running into anything you can't really handle. But since there's not really any levels here, they can be a little more tedious, where it will come down to you eventually more or less having to make your own armor and weapon to be more or less up to snuff with the stuff you have to fight. The issue with this here is some of the time it's not exactly clear on what you really need to get the job done, but as a just one around doing quests and pretty much collecting material, it works in that case. And eventually you will more or less get what you need to accomplish whatever quest you want. It's just a lot of trial and error when it comes to that situation, and a lot of strategy that also comes. Since the game itself don't have a lock-on system, which can be extremely, you could say, broken in some cases, so it's a lot more having to think more about the situation and knowing when to attack and when to run. And then on the other side, while along with the crafting of armor and weapon, you can also food and collect bone material from pretty much gutting whatever you are killing at the time. The way all that work is very nice and really get the Phantasy Star wannabe MMO feeling across dramatically. The problem is with this here is you might want a classic controller while playing it. Cause playing it with waggle control doesn't work. Playing it with nunchuck and the remote, it works, but the problem is if you do it button based, the way the buttons are laid out on the Wii remote can get a little taxing and pretty easy to get your hand cramped if you're not careful. With the game taking up to anywhere from 30 hours plus if you add the online mode into it, bet probably your hand holding a bit, so I recommend the classic controller for this. The only other real issue outside of trial and error gameplay, which some might love and some might hate depending on your point of view, is pretty much the load times. Since none of the areas are really connected, so it's pretty much a small area of monster locally, another small area of monster, which have a little more like random situation. I guess you could say toward in that for the monster, and depending on how far you're in the game, you will go from anywhere from fighting little monster up to pretty much crossed type monsters. So the game itself is overall fun if you go into it with the whole single player MMO status or Phantasy Star if you want to go the online route. So overall, I give Monster Hunter Tribe for Wii a 4 out of 5.